On today's episode, the LA Lakers are gone and Denver moves on. If you listen, I'll explain why. Is LeBron really going to retire? I'll tell you my thoughts on that and what is going forward for him and the real play that basically made or broke Game 4 and just explains everything about it in a nutshell. So if you're a LeBron fan or you're not, this next 30 to 40 will be very interesting. So pay attention. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to a condensed version of the Tricky Guy Sports Podcast. It's your host, Brent Bilski, a.k.a. Double B. What is going on? No time to hesitate. The Denver Nuggets are NBA finalists.
Oh, good for you.
As they have now swept the Los Angeles Lakers last night in Game 4. It was 1, it was 2, it was 3, it was 4. LeBron and his crew are out of there.
Reeves holding. James comes out of the pack. James on the drive, goes inside, stop, shot block, gets it back. It's over. It's over. Denver makes history. The Nuggets are going to the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history.
And they're dapping them up, and they're doing the whole thing there. As, like I said, the Denver Nuggets have finished it off. They were able to get this done pretty quickly, and LeBron and his boys are all done. Their whole, they started 2-10 and everything, and they're going to do the impossible. LeBron,
And it's gone.
And if you would have listened to me from the beginning, I told you all this because, well, I'm good at this. So I got some things I want to discuss about the series, about LeBron going forward, about the nonsense and the drama he's doing. He might retire. He's not going anywhere. LeBron's a drama queen. All right, let's just leave it at that for now. But he does enjoy when he is right. He does enjoy when he has the focus on him or when he can say, look at me and look what I've done. I am no different. And let me just explain this whole series in one of my things I love to bring back is when I get something right from before and I call it called shots.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
He's calling his shot.
So as I set up my picture of me gloriously riding a Phoenix cartoon rendering of a golden microphone as just me looking awesome as all get out, I will once again tell you what I said from the beginning of this series. I will replay it just in case you think I'm one of those bandwagon or Johnny-come-lately, analyzers that tries to tell you, oh, I said this, and then you go, yeah, okay. Then you don't go back and check that I did say all this, and I did, and it's whatever, and I told you all this before. But listen up, from the beginning, I told you, I thought I had Denver in 5. That's the only thing I might have. I really thought they would win last night and, show a little heart there. And they did. I mean, they tried their best. They just ran against a better team. But I told you all this was going to happen because I'm good.
See, I done told you.
Without further ado, said this from Game 1. Because the bigger point is the Denver Nuggets, and, this is not just heart. I think this is head, are now up 1-0 on the Los Angeles Lakers as they were able to hang on to their victory last night. Congratulations, Denver Nuggets. You guys are legit and now clearly my title favorites with the last 4 remaining. All the King's horses and all the King's men could not do anything to stop the Joker again. This dude is just a seriously tough cover, especially for the LA Lakers. Let's just get to it because the fact is besides all of the obvious anger and frustration and hostility that I have towards the organization, that player, and his fan base, I really do think you're up Craps Creek without a paddle. I do. I think Denver is a rude awakening. I think this is no longer the flawed Memphis Grizzlies. You got to remember who the Lakers beat to get here. And I think that wasn't given enough stress or credit. The fact is they got to go against 2 lollipop guilds, too much of the Munchkin kids between the Memphis Grizzlies, who had all sorts of other issues, Dylan Brooks, Ja Morant, the hand injury to Ja Morant. They had both of their centers out, so they were tiny. Then you go against the Golden State Warriors and Steve Kerr, who is just so damn stubborn. He thinks that Draymond Green is the answer at center or to always consistently go small. This is not the flawed Golden State Warriors of a bygone era as far as clinging to a small ball system that allowed you to bully them and beat them up inside, consistently out-rebound them, consistently get more free throws, consistently be able to get easy buckets down low. This is not the flawed Memphis Grizzlies, who had one guy, pretty much on his way to a drive-by shooting in between games, allegedly, and then Dylan Brooks, who seemed more concerned with his pre or post game outfits and comments than he did anything else, including actually trying to play the basketball game. But the fact is, both those teams were tiny. Denver is not tiny. Jokic is not tiny.
That's a huge bit.
These are some big boys. They are deep. They have guys like Reggie Jackson and others just sitting on their bench. DeAndre Jordan just sitting on their bench. They have the size, the depth, the ability, the home court advantage, a great home court record, and a guy, Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, so there you go. That was from an episode, I think I called it The Joke is on the Lakers, because if you should have been able to see this from the beginning, but I did, and a lot of you didn't, Nick Wright and others included, Kendrick Perkins and others that were just, y'all were more heart than head. Be honest with yourselves. You didn't look at what happened from before, as I stated, with Memphis and Golden State. You didn't look at actually the matchup. You didn't look at the fact they were on the road. You just saw LeBron and you wanted to go over the top and be dramatic with it and live in your head more than your heart more than your head. I even admitted, I was like, dude, this is a little bit, but if I'm being honest and on paper, I thought they'd be done in 5. Instead, they were done in 4.
I am the smartest man alive!
I mean, look, you look for championship teams, and the Denver Nuggets, as I've stated from before, are so similar to the old San Antonio Spurs, where you have, led by Jokic, and then you have the Murray is playing the Tony Parker and kind of Ginobili role combined. But when you look at a good championship team, one that can actually get the whole thing done, there's a few things that I like to look for. One, you want to have the top guy is the top guy. There's no Brown Tatum fighting. There's no, is this guy A or is this guy B? All roles are established, preset, and understood. And in late game execution, as we'll show here in a second, that is very important. But that's one of the first things you have to have. You have to have the alpha dog, who, by the way, likes the fourth quarter and likes to have the ball in the fourth quarter and do things with the ball in the fourth quarter, not pass it off to Dennis Schroeder or somebody else. That's key for me. You have to have, again, the complete depth. You have to have the bench. You don't want to have to be top heavy or have to rely on a lot of waves or streaks a la Boston, a la Golden State this year. You want to be able to consistently kind of come at them and not really have any big highs or big lows in order to get things done. You don't want to have the other guys, the ones that you have to bring off the bench, not at least have some microwavable ability. Like you look last year, guys like a Wiggins, especially a Jordan Poole. You need those guys that can pop up every now and again and give you that 25 or 30. You saw that in Denver with the Brown kid, and especially Michael Porter Jr., who is just beginning to really just tap his potential there. But, I mean, overall, Denver was the number 1 seed in the West. They had the 2-time MVP, who's clearly pissed off about not getting it this year based on the fact that we didn't want to give him 3 in a row. And a lot of it's because he's a big, fat, slow European a la white dude.
Because I'm white. Because he's white. Because he is white. Look at him, man. What you want?
And they just gave the Lakers the business. The Lakers really, again, were living on fool's gold, borrowed time, had no real business being in the Western Conference Finals in the first place. And they got shown up for it, and that's just, sometimes what happens. I mean, Nikola Jokic, it's funny. He really is. He's a big, slow, goofy, white, out of shape, fat. He is. He's fat.
Baby, the other white meat. Baby, it's what's for dinner.
But he's also very skilled. I mean, he really is. And, I mean, the consistent, just crazy-ass shots he hit were redonkulous, in case you missed the game. There were times when Lakers were making a push and were playing great defense, and he hit these just consistently. I want to say 4 or 5 over the series, miracle threes that were just stupid.
In the second quarter. Murray gets inside, back to Jokic, shot clock winding down. Jokic has to put it up. High on 3. Oh, he knocks it down. Stepping backwards, falling backwards.
He hit that goofy one, and then this one later, this was even more important because this was, this was basically with 2 minutes left, I want to say, something like that.
Shot clock at 4. Jokic has to put it up. Falling away, puts it up. Bang! Nikola Jokic!
That's a tough shot.
How about that?
I mean, he's
Ball
made,
cocked behind his head like that.
he made the one in what, game 2?
Yep.
Same thing.
Yeah, and he has to practice those shots because he has no athletic ability whatsoever. But that is, I mean, a fadeaway with, the game in the balance. One footing, Dirk Nowitzki from the top of the key, but instead with Anthony Davis in his grill. Not just Larry Bird behind the head, but all the way back, holding it basically at his shoulder. Absolute prayer that he was able to go ahead and just knock in. That was just... And the Lakers were done after that.
And it's gone.
Well, not necessarily. So the other thing I want to bring up before I get into the whole is LeBron going to retire. I guess a lot of y'all really look. I don't know how you don't understand. The guy's he's a drama queen. How do you not understand at this point that LeBron James is just dramatic? He loves the attention on himself. Why are you still shocked by some of this?
Explain that to me. Explain it to me, God. Explain it to me, God. I want it explained to me now, Jesus.
But let me at least give him some of his flowers here as we say goodbye to the Los Angeles Lakers. He did have the highest first half points total he's ever scored. He had 31 points in the first half and was absolutely rolling to the point of even passes were going in. I mean, I showed the Joker miracle shot. I think it's only fair that I show the LeBron miracle shot here. I mean, this wasn't even an attempt, though. He was literally just trying to throw an alley-oop, and the stupid thing went in. But that's how much he was rolling in this first half.
First time he's come off the bench since he was acquired at the trade deadline. And a starter that's coming back to L.A. Oh, James throws it up and in. That was a pass.
That was a lob pass. He's throwing this pass looking at Hachimura as he goes back door.
So, I mean, that was, obviously just pure luck, but he did score a lot of points. And and this is what it is when you watch this guy, when he's like focused aggressively and everything else, because a lot of people showed the last play, and we can talk about the last play here in a second. But honestly, just watching him the first half, I was watching it with someone else and just pointing out, man, when he is in the mood to do it, and I think that's what for a lot of us is the most frustrating part of watching a LeBron James is that you see the skill set, and if the aggressive mindset is there, this dude can get, even at 38 years old, even with 20 years and everything else, he keeps himself in unbelievable shape. He's got every skill set on the planet. It's so just
Frustrating.
It is.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Just a couple quick ones. Look at how this was during his 31-point record-setting first half for him. The most points he's ever had in a first half in a playoff in his entire career was absolutely, I think, 20-something in the first, 21 in the first quarter. And he makes it look almost pedestrian when he wants to do it.
James now drives, spins, goes inside. Nice footwork, jump shot, got it. 9 early points for LeBron James. The lead back up to 5 for the Lakers.
I mean, that's basically the whole team collapsed on him that time. Then he also did stuff like this all day.
Communicating with his guys.
James spins, gets inside. 29 points here in the first half, and we still have 4 minutes to play. He is yet to sit.
And sometimes the message to the guys in the huddle is, get me the ball and get out of my way.
Yeah, and why, and then so he does all that in the first half. The LA Lakers are up 15. Don't, try to sit here and say that you didn't have opportunities. That is nonsense. From game 1 to game 4 in this sweep, the LA Lakers in the end of games were always right there and had opportunities. And their fourth quarters were just not there, led by, him. I mean, before that one, he was 1 of 20 in the fourth quarter from threes. He was 1 of 6 in this fourth quarter and was completely inefficient. He went from 31 points himself in a 70-plus first half for the LA Lakers to where they only scored 38 in the entire second half as a team. And then he only had, I believe, again, 1 of 6 from the fourth quarter and complete inefficiency. So don't try to tell me that it's all just that there isn't some more sort of mental thing going on here. That I don't know how y'all don't see it. It's weird.
Is this real life?
Because a lot of people want to point out that last play, and some people saying that maybe even most of the SportsCenter announcers and others that were saying like the last play with 4 seconds left, and the one before that with the one-footed fadeaway. A lot of people are looking, did Murray foul him here? And I truly don't think so. And most people agree this was all ball at the end of the game.
You know, for years, the Nuggets, they were a good offensive team, but they weren't good enough defensively. That's not the case this year. Murray, great help there. And then Gordon got a piece of it.
Yeah, to me, that's just very good defense, very little in any part of the play, wrist or ball here. But again, everyone seemed to miss the real big play, in my opinion. Everyone's showing the last play. I'm watching all the shows and stuff. A lot of people are talking about the first half and all the other stuff. You know what? All that's fantastic. But when it comes down to the play that I think you need to see, again, I had to go back out of my way and record it on my own phone just to make a point because no one was highlighting this. This was the play, the reason I get so confused with LeBron and everything that comes with him, and after having the first half that he had, after being down 0-3 on his own home floor, they're only down 2 points with 40-something seconds left, and it's really, he did take a couple shots after that. He had to force them, but this right here was when to me the game was lost. And so I'm going to show you this. I don't even have the talkie from the announcers or anything, but this was the biggest mistake. So remember, they're only down 2 at this point. They have the ball. It's 30, 40 something seconds left when this play starts. So you see 113, 111, 46 seconds left basically. You're going to have Anthony Davis set the screen. This is it. I want to pause it right here. Look at this. This makes no sense to me what's going to happen right after this. This is exactly, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, he's willing to take the shots later. He's supposed to be the smartest man in the history of basketball everdom. He's the geniuses of all geniuses.
Real man of genius.
You look at this situation as is currently. This is the slowest man on him, possibly in the entire National Basketball Association. Definitely out of anyone who starts or is going to be in a Western Conference final. You will not get a more slow of foot, absolute should-be barbecue chicken. Just like years ago, you think of the NBA Finals they lost after the Game 1 when LeBron got switched with a tiny Steph Curry on him in almost an identical situation. Matter of fact, when I come back from my little hiatus when the NBA Finals starts, I might go re-find all that, even though I'm going to have to get into NBA Finals discussion. I would love to just show you. This is just history repeating itself over and over if you're paying attention. This was the play. Look at this situation. You have basically Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray and KCP. I mean, they're out roaming, but I mean, the fact is he has Nikola Jokic at the top of the key. He's got the ball. There's 30-something seconds left. They're down 2 on his home court. He has a perfect opportunity to just either get the jump shot, take the 3, drive and kick. There's a million things he could do, and instead he does this. Let me get the ISO. Let me set it up. And with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, Schrader, you take it. Oh, and then they throw it away, and then there is the game. That, I don't get it. I truly don't understand how you can go from looking at this situation as the smartest player in the world, Nikola Jokic on you. He even clears out, kind of calls for an ISO, and with 4 seconds left on the shot clock, tries to give it to Schrader, who then throws it away to Austin Reeves. Then they're back against the wall, and they weren't able to even really make it a good opportunity at a shot after that. Yet somehow everyone wants to go everywhere else and just live on the first half and get into the dramatics of. And are y'all really seriously? Is anyone really honestly buying the nonsense that he's going to retire? Are you that silly? Are you that like after hearing his little LeBron James? I'm sorry, is a drama queen. He's dramatic. He likes attention. He's very consistent in this manner. He was loving the narrative that you guys were putting up that it did annoy the snot out of me, but it is what it is as far as they were down at the start of the season, 2 wins, 10 losses. They did make some great trades. But if they don't run into a completely flawed Memphis and a Munchkin Golden State Warriors, they're not here in the first place. They ran into a better team with a home court advantage, and they got their ass kicked. But even after Game 1, remember you guys with the whole, oh, even though they lost game 1, the second half was just so unbelievable that I know they're going to be able to come back and win because it's LeBron, and LeBron is the greatest, and no. And now he's talking about retiring, and you guys are buying into it hook, line, and sinker. Is he going to retire? Is he going to retire? Is he going to? No, he's not going anywhere. Will you stop it? His son is 2 years away. He said open line, hook, sinker. I mean, oh my God. He's told you, I'm not going anywhere until his son Bronny shows up. Bronny is going to spend 1 year in college, then he's going to go to the NBA. He'll be there in 2 seasons. I even think that's actually kind of a cool story that he's going to get to spend a year probably with his kid. He has to finish out his time in LA, then he's going to go wherever Bronny goes. But the fact is, he's coming. Stop it. Just, does anyone honestly think,
don't worry, I'll wait.
oh, do you really buy into this? So afterwards, because again, the attention's about to be off him. So let's finish off our attention for LeBron, and then we'll get, as the shows go forward, we can move on past him and get into just the Nuggets and most likely the Heat series here. But they asked him after the game, and of course, Dave McMenamin, his number one stan on the ESPN Writers Squad, was given an interview and saying, yeah, I think he's serious. I think his body language is in a way that I've never seen it before. And he just, he was, yucky.
Pretty cool ride. But I don't know. I think it was okay. I don't like to say it's a successful year because I don't play for anything besides winning championships at this point in my career, and I don't get a kick out of making a conference appearance. I've done it a lot, and and it's not fun to me to not be able to be a part of getting to the finals, but we'll see. We'll see what happens going forward. But I don't know. I got a lot to think about, to be honest. And just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, got a lot to think about.
No, he doesn't. He's coming back.
Oh no!
This is pondering. This is pandering. This is posturing for trying to get, because he's going to have to make another big bunch of decisions in the offseason. The LA Lakers, basically, LeBron's going to have to make a bunch of decisions on guys like Austin Reeves and Hachimura and some of the others there, as he's going to need more help, obviously. I would keep Hachimura. I would keep Reeves. I think they've shown enough to deserve the extended stay there, at least for the next couple years. But until Bronny, his son, shows up, he's not going anywhere. He'll be fine. Please don't buy into this, oh, no, LeBron might be gone, and is this the whole, shut up.
Oh, no.
Shut up. And look, the 31-point half was great, but it's the same narrative. Again, at the end of the game, in the big possession, he just throws the weird pass away. He was 1 of 6 in the fourth quarter, which means, by the way, you understand that for the fourth quarter now, the entire series, he was 1 of 20. 1 of 20 plus now from three-pointers in the fourth quarter. He was only 7 of 21 the entire series in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, guys like Jamal Murray and others were getting basically those amount of points in one game in the fourth quarter. He just, when, again, the ish hit the fan, was statistically not very good.
Damn, Daniel.
And it's hard. It's hard because hopefully this will be the last time I really have to get into it. There's so many little things that just after a while, even before the game, they were showing him, he was shooting, he's very aware. Okay, LeBron James is very aware of the narrative, how to keep attention on himself when there's a camera in front of him. And the ones that buy into it, you buy it hook, line, and sinker. And it's just almost cute to me. It's almost kind of hilarious. The ones that don't, it's so Emperor's New Clothes, where either you see the invisible robe or you see him for being truly naked as he is and exposed. But if you believe it, oh my God, you believe it. There's nothing that's going to get me to convince you of anything other than I'm just a hater. I'm the worst person in the world. I just don't like fathers. I don't like people who do good things.
I hate
It has nothing to do with the, once again, missed potential. It has nothing to do with the, once again, fourth quarter woes, the lack of aggression in elimination and certain situations. It's the after the playoffs are done and you really kind of just went as far as you could, trying to spin and be like, oh, I have so much to think about. It's little things. It's even like someone caught this. The fake reading, that's cute. If in case you don't realize, there's videos made of this nonsense. LeBron James, anytime there's a camera in front of him, or a lot of time, loves to say that he's reading books. He's been, when the one time he was asked, he didn't have anything to say about, I believe it was the Malcolm X book. They asked him to, what was your favorite part? And he's like, basically all of it, which is such a fifth grade answer to when your teacher catches you. But, I mean, look, I didn't make this video. This was someone else doing this for me here. Do you notice that every time they catch him with, quote-unquote, a book in his hand, where he's at in the book? Look at this. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Anyone else notice something? Anyone else notice he is constantly at the very beginning of the book and has like the glasses on, or he has a contemplative, like he's almost posing like he's in a Dillard's catalog or something. It's clearly he knows there's a camera in front of him. Clearly he knows he wants to project the I am the smartest man in the world image. It's just part of his thing. I am the smartest man alive! But look at this one more time and tell me if you don't notice the fact that every single time he's not nowhere in the middle. He's nowhere at the end. He clearly just opened the book, and it's most likely for the camera. My God, you guys just buy into this all the time with this guy. And, I mean, look, I'm not insulting the guy. I'm not saying that, he isn't probably a very voracious reader or that he doesn't, do his studying. He does know the game pretty well.
I never learned to read.
So calm down with all that. It's just, once again, it's the knowledge of what he's doing. It's the knowledge of there's a camera in front of me. There's the knowledge of I want to project a certain thing. There's the understanding of now that the season's over and the attention's about to go away, whether it's subconscious or conscious, I'll say an argument of both. I'm going to mention possibly the retirement, even though we all know my son's only 2 years away, and I've said multiple times, and
And here we go.
Last thing on this, and then I will try because I'm looking. I'm going to have to focus today's show on the Lakers and LeBron and saying goodbye to them because this was the one that really got me. Oh my Lord. Someone put up a Facebook post, and this just explains everything I'm talking about. I'll put this up. I actually still shotted this and put it up because this went viral, and this is exactly the type of crap I'm talking about. So some ding-dong, after they were down 3-0 and saw the writing on the wall, was like, let me go ahead and get ahead of this and make a silly Facebook post about, quote, LeBron James with no father, no education, no training, and very few role models. They handed this young, dirt-poor kid $420,000 per week at the age of 18. He married his high school sweetheart. He was never arrested. He never used drugs. He never humiliated his spouse with side chick stories or no outside babies. He was never in the news with so much as a parking ticket. He's an excellent father, heavily involved with his kids' activities. He's the greatest player on the planet in the game today. And 20 years later, he's the same dude, same maturity, same chick, same family, reputation intact. Now earning close to $2 million per week, he has sent 1,100 plus kids to college fully paid for, and you hate him. Why? With multiple exclamation points and shrugs. Why do you hate him? All he is the best father, greatest player on the planet, and he just does everything perfect, and you just hate him because you hate fathers. You hate people that send people to college. Shut up. God. Oh, that's it. That's it. I hate him. I hate dads. I hate good people. I hate kids going to college. I hate education. I hate, anyone pulling himself up from their bootstraps and making something of their life is what really irks me in life. Right next to seeing puppies or a family having their first baby or, that's what that's the stuff that upsets me. People, getting engaged, falling in love. That's the stuff I just want to see the world burn. I hate. I mean, there's so much crap in that. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing what? I saw that same post reshared a bajillion times with 1 million likes and people underneath going, yeah, that's what. I'm going to read this real quick.
And I read.
And move on and hopefully never have to talk about this anymore. Fact is, I was like, I had to take notes, man. I had to prove a point. No father, no education, no role models, dirt poor. Some of that is at least kind of true. LeBron James did start with a very hard situation. Father was gone. Mom had some issues. But at 9 years old, because people already saw the talent, he moved in with a man named Frank Walker, who was a coach. And in high school, along with 3 of his best friends, got to go to a very rich, very I'm just going to say it, mostly affluently white boy, white girl. I mean, it was a mostly white Catholic college preparatory school.
Because I'm white. Because he's white. Because he is white. Look at him, man. What you want?
That annually cost $13,000 a year, where he had access to all the great teaching and education and coaching and training he could possibly get. I mean, the kid was already driving a Hummer before he even left for the NBA draft. He was a senior in high school and already had a Hummer, but he, was just... Money. Or how about the idea that he's the only person ever with a hard life, really? I mean, there's other guys that we don't put at the GOAT status who have overcome just as much or worse. See Jimmy Butler being kicked out of his house at 13 years old. Larry Bird got to hear his own father commit suicide over the phone. Allen Iverson was arrested unfairly, most likely because of racial bias in the Virginia town he was from, and almost never made it to college. Dwayne Wade was born on the south side of Chicago, yada, yada, yada. Then I have to read this other part about how he married his high school sweetheart and was never arrested, never used drugs, never cheated on his wife. You know what? For very, very legal reasons, I will just say allegedly. But do me a favor, any NBA athlete stardom of almost any level, go ahead and Google if there's any infidelity or at least very alleged, a very high amount of alleged accusations of LeBron and infidelity. It just is what it is. NDAs, rumors of, I don't want to get into like, oh, you said this. You know what? He's never cheated on his wife. There aren't multiple reports. There aren't multiple rumors. There aren't multiple Instagram models. There aren't direct messages. There aren't a lot of claims of NDAs being signed. There's none of that. None of that exists. I'm making it all up. I'm a hater. The weed part, though, I can tell you. He wrote in his own damn book that he smoked weed. I mean, this isn't me just being a jerk here. He said in his book, by the time he was in high school, he was smoking weed.
I love weed, okay? I love it.
J.R. Smith is on record saying during the COVID year, the bubble year, that he, AD, and LeBron would smoke weed a lot. It helped them with their mental stress dealing with the COVID year. He was caught with a weed vape in 2013. Besides wine, he likes weed.
I love weed, okay? I love it.
You want to call weed not a drug, fine. But, the cheated on his wife thing, I'll leave as this. And then the part about the not using drugs, well, the guy even flat-ass told you, but why let the truth get in the way here? Greatest player on the planet today, that's... Greatest player on the planet today, based on what? That one is a little bit more just like, that's...
Really?
I'll just give you some quick facts on that and I'll move on. You do understand that with this, there were 14 players this year, and this was the first time in LeBron's history, in his 20-year history, there were 14 players who at least received one MVP vote. Do you know how many LeBron got? None.
0.0. 0.
For the first time in his NBA career, although 3 of the last 4 seasons he only received 1, LeBron James, there were 14 other guys who at least got an MVP vote. LeBron James was not on that list. He got nada.
0.0.
Maybe you're talking about the playoffs, a la Jimmy Butler stepping up in the playoffs. So let's see. In the playoffs, he was not in the top 5, in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, or steals. He averaged 5 points less in the playoffs than he did in the regular season. Was, again, not even close to top 5 or 10 in scoring. He averaged 24% from threes. In the Denver series, he was 1 of 20 in the fourth quarter from threes. He ended up 7 of 21 in the fourth quarter overall and was shooting before this last game when he was throwing like pass shots that ended up going in, about 16% from threes. But he is the best player currently in the game today, with guys like Jokic averaging a triple-double for the second time in 2 different playoff series so far this playoff run. He already has 8 triple-doubles in the playoffs. That breaks Wilt Chamberlain's 1967 record of 7 triple-doubles in one playoff run, and he still has an entire NBA Finals to go, and considering he averages triple-doubles, is looking like he's doing pretty well. You have, Jimmy Butler setting all sorts of records, not to mention the Jamal Murrays and others who have had really great situations, or at least, Steph's and Giannis's, and not Giannis, but like Steph and Embiid and others who statistically at least had some good playoffs and some decent runs, De'Aaron Fox and others, but he's the best player. Do you see what I'm saying?
Your Honor, I object!
And why is that, Mr. Reed?
Because it's devastating to my case!
Overruled.
Good call!
That whole thing is, and then you say, why do you hate him? Because this is the type of stuff we're doing. Then we have to talk about, he's not retiring, he's not going anywhere, he'll be fine. Lakers are done, we'll see what happens next year for them. But the Denver Nuggets, as I stated all the way from the beginning, as I'm looking at the clock, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna end with some videos, call it a day, go on a vacay, whoosah, relax a little, get ready for the NBA Finals, where I don't have to talk about this crap anymore, because the fact is, you guys give us a million reasons to bitch, complain, and moan about you and your fan base. I'm glad to see you gone. I did tell you were going to be gone. I did think it'd be 5, not 4. So if you want to call me out for that, fine.
The price is wrong, bitch.
But the fact was, you never had a chance in the series. You finally went against a complete deep team who was big enough to fight back to the bullying and fight back to the offensive rebounds, AD and LeBron not being able to do things down low. They were not able to convert in the fourth quarter. The first halves and cute little runs. Fact is, you had chances at the end of every one of these games and were not able to complete them. And goodbye. Goodbye. I'm not even mad at you anymore. It was a great run.
Actually, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
I am amazed, though, that posts like that can still go viral and still get so much attention that you can really sit there and watch him constantly open a book where he's like on page 2, and I have to be the bad guy. Then you make me the bad guy. I'm a huge a-hole.
That's a huge bitch.
I'm a huge son of a bee. Videos, fun, cute videos at the end. Quickly, let me get out of here.
You seen it? You seen it?
Don't look at me. Don't look at me, little puppet.
Have you seen this? Have you read about this?
Best player on the planet today. Never cheated on anyone. He might retire. This is always a way to cleanse my palate, have some fun. I need to just go ahead and do this. Let me look at some animals. Animals playing sports is always cute. Here's a squirrel who wants to play basketball. By the way, if you're listening at the end of this on Spotify, this is specifically, for the YouTube channel. Go to Tricky Guy Sports. Just search that on YouTube, and you can see these fun videos that just make me laugh and smile and put me in a good mood at the end of the show. All right, here we go. Squirrel wants to play basketball.
Play basketball, dead ass serious, shout.
By the way, the captions and the talking here will not be that safe for work. But yeah, a bunch of dudes playing pickup, and there's a squirrel who clearly understands at least some of the concept here and is like, pass me the rock.
Play basketball, dead ass serious, shout. Shout trying to play ball.
Look at that.
Oh, shit. It's a blessing. I got to stop being mad right now. It's a blessing. Look. He remind me of Don. Don Abbey want to play ball all the damn time. I ain't never, boy. Shawty want to play ball.
Look at that, trying to play a little deal.
Shawty want to play ball. Oh, shit.
Jumping at the ball.
Shawty want to play ball. Hell no. That boy air chipmunk. That boy air squirrel. That boy, air squirrel.
Look
Hey,
at playing defense.
Shit.
Look at him go.
Hey, man, we in the A with it, boy. The real motherfucking A. Boy, we real ball players. Everybody got that celebrity, even
That was cute. That was fun. Squirrel playing basketball. Gotta love it. Dogs apparently prefer soccer. During a very real, looks like very official soccer match, somehow a dog got on the field and basically said, "My ball, I want to play. You guys move out the way." Basically the opposite of what LeBron does in the clutch situations in the fourth quarter.
Infaltable el cachupín en la cancha del Puri.
I, by the way, have no idea if this is more cursing and not safe for works language because it's clearly not in English.
Infaltable el cachupín en la cancha del Puri.
Dog's got the ball. Oh, you're cute, buddy. We like it. Can I have the ball back? No. Nah, son. This is my ball, bitch. Put me on the field, coach. I got speed. I'm fast. I'm so fast. As soon as you put me down, baby, I'm going to get me a goal. He's a cute little bubbush. He's a cute little bubbush. Gotta love it. There he is holding the ball there, having a good time. Animals always cheer me up. Kids not so much. Kids not so much, although this kid rocks. As you know, I'm a huge fan of the wrestling.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Whoever this kid is, wherever he's at, you are continuing the legend of a WWE legend, and I'm all for it. This is by far, and I hope that he is considered the coolest kid in this school because he's the coolest kid in my school of people I've played on this little podcast here. I just called him Stone Cold Kid, coming off the bus, years over. Where's my damn milk? What?
School's out! It's over, baby! It's over! First grade in the book! And that's the bottom line! Because Stone Cold said so! Somebody give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I like it. I like it. I don't know where you are, kid, but I'll give you a hell yeah. That was absolutely phenomenal. You know what? I'm gonna end on Stone Cold Kid. I think I'm gonna call it a day after that. I'm looking at the time. It's time for me to roll out. That was a lot of fun. What a good way to end it. Kid pumping me up. Matter of fact, let me see him one more time. Let me go ahead. The podcast is out. It's time for me to go. Give me a hell yeah.
School's out! It's over, baby! It's over! First grade in the book! And that's the bottom line! Because Stone Cold said so! Somebody give me a hell yeah!
School's out. I got to roll. LeBron's out.
And it's gone.
Lakers are out.
And it's gone.
His career out. No.
And it's gone.
But their season is done. Denver moves on. Will Boston be out hopefully here pretty soon?
And it's gone.
And we'll be able to talk about more NBA Finals when I come out of here, or when I am back, when I return. And that'll be when it is, what it is, when it's going to be. Talkie, talkie, talkie. No more talkie. What? I'm out here.